Yes, thank you. So yes, I know, exactly. Pay attention. We got a lot of good things going on today. I'm Chris Pearson. I'm the CEO, founder of BlackCloak. BlackCloak is digital executive protection. We are charged with the mission of pretty simple. We protect digital lives. It happens to be for a really, really, really unique population. The population is going to be board members, C-suite, executive leadership team individuals, and their families, right? We are standing guard for them outside the four walls of the company, in their personal lives where they don't have protection. Way of background, about 23 years recovering attorney, so I'm still recovering. I'm on step 2 where you drink more, two-time Chief Information Security Officer, former Chief Privacy Officer for the Royal Bank of Scotland, outside counsel, and then about 11 years in the intelligence space as a special government employee for Department of Homeland Security. So what we've seen and what is radically, radically apparent is that, look, if you want to target someone at a company, you're going to go to the About Us page, the leadership page. You're going to go there and you're going to see the mugshots, see the individuals, see the information about them and their family members there. They're 12 times more likely to be targeted than anybody else at the company. They're there. They're the face of the company, just plain and simple. They're the face of the company. Their personal lives and their corporate lives are inextricably intertwined, right? They don't have a Saturday off. They're doing, I don't know, the CEO for GE is doing GE Cares Day. They're doing things there. And we keep on seeing those different threats increase year over year over year. We've seen the threats increase in terms of people being directly targeted. Dragos, ransomware incident on the inside of the company, they went ahead and targeted the executive, the wife, and their son in the personal life. Massive, massive, massive amounts of threats resulting in, right, sped up negotiations. You have the same thing in terms of celebrities being targeted, high-profile individuals being targeted in their personal lives. We all know what happened last December. How many people were at the TLTF last December? Okay, so I arrived, I saw Zach, I saw Gordon, and nobody saw me because we did 18 interviews in 3 days because of, right, unfortunately, a tragic murder of Brian Thompson for United Healthcare. Right? Executives are being targeted. People want to take, right, their harms. They want to take their frustrations. They want to take that online vitriol and act on it and bring it somewhere. And they are bringing it directly to that corporate team and trying to hold them responsible. What's really interesting about what we did, right? I said I'm a 2-time Chief Information Security Officer. My remit was protecting the 4 walls of the company, protecting what's on the inside of the company. The email, the network, the servers, the computers, all of those different digital assets on the inside 4 walls of the castle, so to speak. But you know what? The king and queen go for long walks down by the river. They go out for whiskey. They have a summer cottage. They have places where those defenses are low. $5 of cybersecurity being spent at home as opposed to $10, $20, $100 million of cybersecurity being spent on the inside of the company. The CISO's got it under control. Yes, we see breaches each and every day, but we have plenty of commercial appliances, firewall, software, EDR, all the rest on the inside of the company. Where it's lacking, wholly lacking, is in the personal life. In the personal life. Their passwords are out there. The same password they're using on their Gmail, their bank account, the same one they're using in their corporate life. Their information is out there. Their name, their address, their phone number, their IP, Internet Protocol address, are all out there. And when I say it's all out there, we're not just talking about the executive. We're talking about the husband, wife, spouse, kids, significant other. If you can reach out and touch them and they're in the home, that's one network. The corporate laptop sometimes goes there, right? Now, post-COVID, goes there all the time. But if you get a footprint there, you can go ahead and hack into them, hack into the corporate network, hack into the corporate computer. You can go get a hold of them and reach out and touch them on their email. You can go ahead and call them. You can spam them. You can target them for extortion, financial attack. You can steal personal, private moments from them. Up until 2018, there were no defenses there. No defenses in terms of the same level of corporate defenses. So BlackCloak set out. We basically have this fundamental premise that the home is the new battleground. Right? It's the path of least resistance back into the corporation. It's a soft underbelly of the company. It's the place where hackers, cyber criminals, nation states want to be. It's really interesting to them. That has massively, massively exploded. Right, starting in 2018 and 2019, right, very much a vision, all the rest in terms of what we're doing. Raising an A seed round, an A round, a B round, going ahead and growing, massively growing last year, massively growing again this year. What do we actually do? Like, what do we actually do? This is probably the most important part of the whole presentation. We have defined, we're the category leader, we defined and created this new category. It's called digital executive protection. In order to be in this category, you have to have a privacy offering. You have to have a cybersecurity offering. You have to protect the home network. And you have to have that concierge. You have to help these executives. They demand that level of time and attention in their personal lives. So what do? Privacy. You got to shrink that attack surface. Everyone heard of like data broker removal, like a delete me type of thing and all the rest, right? Yeah, your stuff is out there. Look, absolutely necessary, totally insufficient. If that's the only thing you're getting, run. There was a breach in 2024, August, national public data breach. It's one of the largest data brokers in the US. They released 270 million records. It's all on the dark web. You can't remove it. You can't remove it. So you need something else. I'm not saying don't do it, but you need it, but you got to move on and do other things. Data broker removal, deep web, dark web, curated intelligence for the executives, VPNs, identity theft, deep fake impersonation prevention, right? Identity verification, all part of privacy. And the privacy features at BlackCloak, 0 onboarding time. You can be onboarded behind the scenes, you don't even know it. 0 time. Second, cybersecurity. You can't be here unless you combine privacy and cybersecurity. If you're not, just totally insufficient. You gotta have a solution that does that. Protect the cell phone, tablet, computer, personal device of the individual with software built by, owned by, operated uniquely by our company. Deception technology, fake computer within a computer, so to speak. And then you have to have that incident response there as well. Protecting their home. You have to make sure the home network is secure. If the home network's not secure and you can walk into the home network digitally, you own every device on the network. So you gotta go ahead and do that. And then the concierge. You have to make sure that you're able to have the right level of time and attention. We have some 70 people that are dedicated on the inside of BlackCloak that are full-time employees, BlackCloak, all in the US, that are the security operations center. Just the same thing you'd find at a Fortune 100 company. It's that holistic solution. We're a product company. We're always innovating, always, always innovating. It's that solution that gets you to the end game. So what's the future here? A few different things. First, digital executive protection. It is holistic. We have the digital executive protection framework. It is on our website. It is free. Download it. If you know someone, if you know a company, whatever, send it to them. Some of the things we don't do. We don't do social media monitoring. We don't do physical security protection. Some things, brand protection. No, those are things for the inside of the company to do. We're very, very specific, very laser focused on what we need to do to achieve success. The convergence is here, second in terms of just trends. Convergence is here in terms of physical security and executive protection and digital executive protection. It's already here, right? Unfortunately, murder of the United Healthcare CEO knocked that into kind of full gear. You also have the murders of the different Minnesota congressmen. You have the incidents at Park Avenue. You have the assassinations of Charlie Kirk and also attempted assassinations of Donald Trump. You have a number of different things where there is this convergence in these digital breadcrumbs that are out there on you and your family. And then really moving further in terms of, right, next-gen threats. AI is only going to increase. The amount of deep fakes that we're seeing on a daily basis is mind-boggling. Voice, video, all the rest. You have to be there with your own solution to provide protection against it. Literally push-button protection on your phone. So in the next, what do I have, another hour. It says an hour and 20 minutes on here. So thank you. Somebody, there you go. Yeah, don't worry. I'm a lawyer. I tell great jokes. But, you know, what can you do? If you're out here in the audience, you know, some of you associate with the LegalTech Fund, some of them not, all the rest. What can you do? A few different things. Look, we partner with a lot of big law firms because we can solve. When the breach is happening inside the four walls of the company and they're being targeted, not from a data broker perspective, being targeted from a cybersecurity perspective of their personal information being stolen, then being hacked, having headless pictures or pictures of severed heads sent to their home machines and stuff like that, we are there to protect and defend their homes, their machines, their computers, everything. Second, trust in estates. For this audience, trust in estates is a huge, huge opportunity in terms of us, BlackCloak, being brought in to protect those assets under management, the family, and really, at the end of the day, back to what we do, we protect digital lives. There are real people behind the scenes of everything BlackCloak does. Real people that are unfortunately being really, really targeted. And then proactive advising. We do a lot of that. Up on the screen, I can't tell if it's there. Yeah, there we go. Up on the screen, some contact information for us. Our company is BlackCloak, blackcloak.io. If you have any questions, I'll be around later. Please come by, stop me, wave, say hi. And I thank you guys for your attention. Thank you. Appreciate it.